Well, a 21-year-old Lafayette man is pleading guilty to kidnapping a gay man, driving him to an abandoned house where he planned to kill and dismember him. In tonight's Consumer Alert, spring break and Easter weekend are coming up, and they are coming up quickly. Illegal and easier ways to get high are still available in certain stores across Louisiana. The new Stormwater Committee says changes will be made, but some members say that they still have questions on
Yeah, come on.
I was with you. But for some reason, I knew that's where you were going to go with that. I really did.
You know me too well.
And you still caught me off guard.
Oh, there you go.
I know.
He's funny.
Like you can eat the rabbit.
Like I can eat the rabbit. Oh,
Eat the ear.
Look how he set me up.
Throw
right
the.
Where are you in this video? I know you're in
I'm
here
coming up, I
somewhere.
promise.
The Riley Center has given clinical services to high-risk children and families. There you are, doing the most. Baton Rouge police have since released an update on what happened. They say that 8 cars were towed and placed on a 15-day hold. Dancing is something that runs deep in Louisiana's blood, and in Baton Rouge, it's a way to fight Parkinson's disease in a pretty unique way. Well, in the aftermath of any number of natural disasters or COVID-19 making South Louisiana a hotspot, the need for blood is always there, and it has grown bigger. But a growing number of the population is not allowed to donate without jumping through hoops. Every time you turn on the TV, it seems blood donations are critically low. Since 2020, that need only intensified because of the pandemic. 2 years later, the pandemic has eased, but the need for blood still grows. But a rule from the 80s keeps about 4% of the population from donating.
In 1985, when HIV was a dreaded unknown kind of disease, it was uniformly deadly. We didn't have any treatment for it. There was an indefinite lifetime deferral put in place for anyone who seemed to be at risk for having HIV.
The FDA bans gay men from donating blood. Dr. Rita Reich is the Chief Medical Officer of America's Blood Centers. The center is currently studying today's risk factors for this growing population, hoping to lift the ban.
The idea being, is it possible we can change this policy?
She believes it is. That lifetime ban from 1985 shortened to a year of celibacy in 2015. But in response to the COVID pandemic, that was shortened again to 3 months in 2020.
We have to be a bit patient, but the good news is that once the decision is made, it will stand.
Dr. Reich says the study is about halfway finished, and she has a call to action for South Louisiana to get men ages 18 to 39 to participate in the study. And here's why. In March of last year, East Baton Rouge Parish had the second most people living with HIV in the state, behind Orleans Parish.
A disease that had been just a dreaded death sentence has turned into a very manageable disease.
And South Louisiana is still high on the list when it comes to new HIV diagnoses. Per capita, Baton Rouge comes in 4th nationwide, behind Miami, Atlanta, and Orlando. But the virus does not discriminate when it comes to infecting someone. In 2019, the State Department of Health showed nearly a quarter of new infections in Louisiana were found in women. 77% of that number is black women. There is good news. Since 2015, new HIV infections have decreased steadily in Louisiana. Now, this has mobilized Baton Rouge Pride to get people into this study, widening their data set and lifting the ban sooner.
We need to break that stigma. And having a deferment or a ban on men who have sex with men donating blood is really propelling that stigma forward.
Baton Rouge Pride co-chair Christopher Bradford says this deferral is creating stigmas for people who are already marginalized.
It's hard because say that I have a family member that needs blood. I can't donate blood. That could save their life.
For men like Christopher, who are married or in monogamous relationships, they would still need to be celibate for 90 days before donating. Dr. Reich says times have changed and that our regulations need to adapt.
Old-time deferrals, etc. Not to say there's anything was wrong with them at the time, but they need to change with the times if indicated. And the times have definitely changed for HIV.
Baton Rouge Pride is offering free HIV testing and plans to help with blood donations when the ban is lifted.
That's a lot of blood out there, So just like we do HIV testing at Pride or any other LGBT event or at a gay bar, we can also do blood donations.
Most people in the United States are eligible to donate blood, but only about 3 to 5% of them actually do. So any help we can get with keeping our blood supply healthy and available is, much appreciated.
Jacob Bradford, NBC Local 33 News.
Well, preliminary results from that study are expected by the end of the year. Thousands are expected to be at the Raising Cane's River Center for Baton Rouge's Pride's event that's called Living Out Proud. That's on June 25th. The organization plans to sign up as many men as possible. If you'd like to sign up directly, we have a link to that study on our website. That's brproud.com.